Hello everyone, this is Kuroda giving you a shoutcast in a game between Mondragon Cloud versus Sick and Geist. I believe this map is Redstone Gulch. This game was taken from the European servers, so the map name was actually, I believe, in German. So I wasn't 100% sure what it translates to, but I'm pretty sure it's Redstone Gulch. We have Mouse and Geist spawning as the green and blue, light blue cyan players. Meanwhile, we have yellow and red for the MYM players. This is game 2 in a best of 3 series. Game 1 going to Mouse, Sick, and Mouse Geist with a very effective Reactor Hellion plus Zerglings, and then stopping SCV production in order to keep up with that. In order to keep up the pressure, both sides getting a lot of damage in on each other very early. But Mondragon and Cloud just simply chose the wrong person to attack, and I think it could have unraveled a completely different way as well. Now, we'll see if any of these players learned from their previous matchup and if the game will change somewhat. You can see Geist going for a Refinery before a Rax once more. So it looks to be, another Barracks Factory build. Now, one thing on Redstone Gulch, the center expansions are in a very bad location. If you notice, there's a very wide ramp on your front door, and then you also have a very wide back door into your base as well. So this location, same thing. Now, back over here for the Terran player and the Zerg player on the top right-hand side, there is no backdoor entrance, and you have a slightly smaller front door as well. So it allows for easier wall-ins. Luckily, the Terran player got the small ramp choke point here. Zerg doesn't really want to block off their ramp all too much, as they have really no way of getting over there until creep tumors are down far enough. Now, taking a look back at Cloud currently training up a Marine. No Marine? No, opting to go for a supply depot first as he's upgrading to an orbital command and not training up a Marine at all. As we are also getting gas over here, perhaps Cloud will try to go for his own reactor Hellions, but you're going to see how much of an advantage Geist is going to have by getting that refinery first, already starting up that factory slightly quicker. Cloud going to be a little bit delayed, probably in the realm of about 20 seconds or so, as the metabolic boost already coming in from Sick. So this game is going down very similarly, or unveiling itself very similarly to the first matchup, where Geist is getting that reactor Hellion. Meanwhile, back over here, Cloud doesn't have that much gas, so he is unable to get that reactor up anytime soon. And I think this is really where your execution of your strategy is really gonna make a very big difference. It looked like Geist knows a little bit more about 2v2 reactor first, and that is going to help make a very big difference there as Zerglings finish off that one SCV. The reactor finally going down. Cloud should be able to train up about one Hellion by the no, he will not be able to train up a Hellion in time, as that reactor will be completed rather shortly. Does he gonna decide to lift off first? No, not quite sure there. As a hatchery also being built out by Mondragon, so Mondragon going for more of a long-term game this time around. I'm hoping to get a strong economic lead as long as he has enough units to fend off the attack. Now, what they really should have done is they should have scouted out their opponents, Mondragon, and figured out if they saw reactor Hellions. If they saw reactor Hellions, they should have instantly switched over to Roaches, as Roaches are able to deal with Zerglings a little bit well, just because they have that natural 1 base armor, and then the Hellions would have been able to finish off everything else, and then the Roaches could also shoot down some of those Zerglings. And oh, just running straight up that ramp, and that is no good at all, as Sick and Geist already coming in with a lot of Zerglings. Hellions now coming around. They are going to be a little bit late, but it looks like Geist knows what to do. It looks like Geist is going to try to fight back. One of those Hellions have been taken down, and both sides are continuing to battle it out. And that may have been a trap by Cloud and Mondragon. They were effectively dealing a lot of damage there. And oh, one Hellion barely able to escape at 20 hit points. So 4 Hellions now, Zerglings and Hellions back over here as well, as both sides need to be very careful about who's going to be able to deal that damage first. You cannot be running in with your Zerglings just so willy-nilly at this point, but we are getting the Infernal Pre-Igniter, and that is going to change the tides of battle completely, as Mondragon getting the Queen and trying to set up that economic game. You can see Sick and Geist does not know about this hatchery over here, as the Hellions are now perhaps going to split up. Zerglings trying to figure out where their opponents are. Cloud does have a decent number of Hellions now, and going to just take down those scouting Zerglings very, very quickly, as the Hellions of Geist are not repaired, or some of them are very low on hit points. You can see the Infernal Pre-Igniter now being researched by both parties, but Geist once again a little bit ahead, also training up 3 Hellions every 30 seconds as opposed to just 2. With that double factory. So we'll see what that's going to happen here, as those Hellions trying to be very, very careful, trying to get some damage onto those Zerglings. The Zerglings now running away, and the Hellions could get a lot of damage in very early, but oh, those Geist could come back. And yes, I think Geist, as soon as he finishes that Infernal Blue Flame research, is going to try to push back in against those units. And I'm still surprised that Mondragon has not tech switched to Roaches. Roaches are just so powerful in this matchup at this point, and the first power to do so. And oh, there you see that Blue Flame research simply destroying the Hellions. The Hellions are also light units, just in case you forgot. And it looks like Cloud has forgotten, as those Hellions are now dealing 24 damage to those other units. The Zerglings now getting a decent surround and a swarm, but the Zerglings are going to be able to pick them apart as well. Taking a look at the losses. Well, actually, did I pause it? Yeah. Taking a look at the losses so far. Losses are about even, as both sides still training up more and more units. Zerglings going to finish off that over here, but I think Geist has such a large army advantage now, 1,000 compared to 500, and that is just absolutely critical, as the Zerglings are trying to come in, trying to swarm in, get more damage onto those Hellions. The Hellions don't have Hellion support, as Cloud finally has his own Blue Flame research, but it's going to join. It's going to be very, very late. 2 more Hellions going to be popping out in just a moment, but it is going to be a battle of 6 Hellions versus 3, as the Hellions now coming from behind, perhaps getting some line splash damage. Oh, unable to hit that target, and you can already see half damage on those units. Cloud has nothing much he can really do. This economic advantage is going to fall down very, very quickly, as the Queen's going to come back in, and as those Hellions just dealing more damage back and forth. The Zerglings swarming around, and Cloud says GG. So Cloud and Mondragon losing this time around to Blue Flame research. Both players running the same strategy, but just simply executed better by mousesports, and mousesports takes the series 2-0. That obviously means that the link to game 3 is just a full anti-spoiler video, and yeah, you don't have to click on it. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed game 2 in this best of 3 matchup between mousesports and MYM.